Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll begin our presentation for A Reserve Netball in season 2025. The end of Bendigo Bank, Bendigo Football Netball League, and of course our netball program, supported by Bendigo Mazda, long-time partners of the VFL in all things netball. And we appreciate the support of Richard Opie and the crew from Bendigo Mazda. Another terrific grand final as we set up for our A-grade grand final still to come. We'll begin our presentations by acknowledging our umpires in today's game to present them with their medals. Todd Deary and Janine Pinnock, the VFL umpire mentor. Our umpires, Lauren Dean and Carly Gilmore. And to say a few words from Sandhurst, Sam Gilchrist.
Firstly, just thank you to the VFL. It's always the grand final day. To the umpires, thank you today. To you guys, congratulations on today. You played outstanding. And then like and to our girls, thanks so much for asking to our girls. We're young, we're exciting, we're really so just let's go with it and celebrate night out.
Thank you, Sam, and all the very best with what's to come for the remainder of your afternoon. Our best on court in the grand final has been selected by our officiating umpires and Todd Deary from the BFNL board to present our best on court medal for the 2025 A Reserve Grand Final. From Kangaro Flat in centre, our Holborn medalist as well. Ella, who adds another medal to an ever-growing collection. Our premiership medals to Kangaroo Flat for 2025. We will start with goal shooter Ashley O'Shea. Starting goal attack, Ava Hamilton. Bella Pivo. Bronte Deary. Gosh, you'll know that there. Ava Lowndes. Lani Burns. Bella Pierce. Isabella Allen. The co-captains of Kangaroo Flat, Emma Moroney. Wicks. Kangaroo Flats A Reserve coach is Ash Ryan. Quick word.
Very quickly, thank you so much, Sandhurst. It's always a tough competition against you guys, and credit to you out there today. Made us work really, really hard, so thank you. Thank you to BFNL and the board. You put on a great state every year, so thank you for that. Oh, that's awesome. Bloody amazing. So well deserved. I'm so proud of you, so let's celebrate tonight.
Thanks to Ash, and all the very best of luck for the remainder of the your afternoon as well to our shrine. And now to present the Premiership Cup for A-Reserve Netball for 2025, Todd Deary from the BFNL board, to the Kangaro Flat Football Netball Club and their co-captains Eloise and Emma Maroney.
Sorted and ish.
Ah, yeah.
What do you need from me? Can I give you some water or some?
Yeah, another bottle of water.
Yep.
Embarrass ourselves cheering for boys.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keza leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keza. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keza, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with
It's the
precision.
Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the preliminary final. Let's kick it off with a high flyer at number 1. Nick Hoy here with a beautiful grab in the goal square. At number 2, another mark but this one really courageous from Jake Normington. Going back with the flight, putting his body on the line. That's what finals footy's about. Number 3, Luke Miletus here from Gisborne. He had to make hard work of it outside of the boot and shaping that back. A brilliant goal.
In fact, it might have been Miletus. Luke Miletus with it on the outside of the boot. Pops it through.
Number 4, a game full of high flyers. Zach Dennehy here for Gisborne. Took a great grab.
Takes a magnificent grab over the top of the pack, Zach Dennehy.
Number 5, Billy Evans here from Eaglehawk. Didn't have a lot of time. Got it on the left boot. Around the body. That's unbelievable. A great goal.
I reckon I caught him a little bit earlier. And the Borough.
I mean, the girls, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, and I'll probably stand up the whole time anyway, so.
Love it.
Sorry, mate. So you've got that video going now. And then, so when I come back over, we'll pretty much pick that up and away we go.
There we go. Yeah, I played the video now.
Sweet.
You want one?
Crunchy.
Thank you everyone. Welcome to our Bendigo Football Netball League A-Grade Grand Final of 2025. Our netball supported proudly by Bendigo Mazda as always. And two teams that play at a very high level in the decider. Sandhurst and Kangaro Flat this afternoon. The history of A-Grade Netball, the Bendigo Football Netball League, only 1 year did not feature one of these two teams. We get them both today as they duke it out for the title of champion team for season 2025. So we wish them all the best. We'll start our player introductions with Sandhurst. Their goal shooter, Rebecca Smith. Starting goal attack, Kelsey Mead. And wing attack, Meg Williams. At centre, our Benny Thompson-Millis, Shay Clifford. At wing defence, 150th game today, Oliver. At goal defence, Ruby Turner. In reserve, Kelsey Ralph, Darcy Williams, Tess Keating, and the Sandhurst captain starting in goalkeeper is Sophie Shugel. Dragons coached by Tamara Gilchrist. And for the team that qualified for the semi-final 2 weeks ago, Kangaro Flat, starting at goal shooter, Teal Hoppy. At goal attack, Ruby Bartmeyer. At wing attack, Ash Ryan. And wing defence, Millie Wicks. At goal defence, Alicia McGlashan. At goalkeeper, Megan Wilson. In reserve, Abby Ryan. Step 3, Ingrid Hopkins. Ava Lowndes. And the Kangaro Flat captain, Chelsea Satori. The Roos coached by Jaden Cowling, our umpires, Bree Bentley and Tiff O'Connell, all in readiness for our A-Grade Grand Final for 2025. All the very best of luck to our two teams and our umpires.
Welcome along to our live stream of the 2025 A-Grade Netball Grand Final in the Bendigo Football Netball League. It is Sandhurst and Kangaro Flat, the Roos unbeaten to get to this stage. Sandhurst Only losses coming during the season, 3 times to Kangaroo Flat. Joel Peterson alongside South Bendigo goal shooter Gabe Richards in commentary, a premiership player with Golden Square in A-grade netball. Gabe, Sandhurst on the board, and this should be a terrific grand final.
Yeah, it should be really close. Obviously, these two teams have set the standard all year, so really looking forward to a tough game.
What's the strength of Kangaroo Flat? You came up against them a couple of times this year. What do they do so well?
I think their attacking end is just elite. They've got a lot of V&L experience, and those girls just play brilliantly together. So they've got a really tough attacking end, as we see.
And for Sandhurst?
Sandhurst, alternatively, I'd say their defensive end is their strength. They've got some brilliant defenders, so it's going to be a really tough tussle down that end. And I think, Sandhurst obviously has some finals experience that, they've been here a lot. They know how to play in big games, and so, yeah, it'll be a really, really good contest.
They played 3 times throughout the year. It was Kangaroo Flat by 10 in round 4, by 15 in round 11, and by 3 in the semi-final to advance to this stage. They trailed by 4 goals at three-quarter time in that game and ended up winning their way through. We'll run you through the lineups as we go throughout our broadcast this afternoon. Kangaroo Flat starting in goalkeeper Megan Wilson, goal defence Alicia McGlashan, a 6-time premiership player. Millie Wicks at wing defence, Chelsea Satori in centre. Ash Ryan, who just coached their A-reserve team to a grand final win at wing attack. Ruby Barkmeyer in goal attack. Goal shooter Teal Hocking, and in reserve Ava Lowndes, Abby Ryan, Steph Green and Ingrid Hopkins. For the Dragons, you just saw Beck Smith lobbing in their second goal. Kelsey Mead alongside her in the circle. Shay Clifford, our Betty Thompson medalist, starts at centre. Meg Williams at wing attack, a 2-time grand final best on court winner. Heather Oliver playing game 150 for the Dragons today at wing defence. Sophie Shoebridge is in keeper. Ruby Turner in goal defence. Kelsey Ralph and Darcy Williams on the bench. Tied at 2 in the early going. A word on your great mate, Heather Oliver, and her milestone in a grand final today.
Yeah, she's timed that well, hasn't she, Heather Betty Oliver? Yeah, we're super impressed with her, and, her netball career has been illustrious as her basketball career. So, yeah, we wish her all the best for her 150th.
Couple of time Betty Thompson medalist is Heather Oliver. Turner got a hand in there on the pass. And Hocking, the Rochester product, rattles one in from range. Impressive young goaler is Teal Hocking, of course, part of the strikers setup as well, Gabe. Someone whose game you'd come to know well, and she does so much so well, young Teal Hocking.
She does. She doesn't look rattled very often and just has such precise accuracy from all around the circle. She's a brilliant goaler, and I had a wonderful time playing with her with the strikers.
Beck Smith under the post, 4-time premiership player for Sandhurst, out there with Meg Williams as the two that have played in all of Sandhurst's grand final triumphs in recent times. So 17, 18, 19 and 22, the 4 in a row for the Dragons. For Kangaroo Flat, their last grand final win came in 2016 as Barkmeyer misses one underneath. And Ruby Turner comes away with that. 8 premierships for the Roos. They've played in 3 of the last 4 grand finals and gone 0-3. Losses in 19, 22 and last year in a thriller to Gisborne. But this year they have been the class of the competition. And a couple of mistakes at either end, with Sandhurst holding a 1-goal advantage. What a return Ruby Barkmeyer's made to A-grade netball as well this year, Gabe. Runner-up in the Betty Thompson medal. Of course, we know her super netball experience and throughout the grades and pathways, but she's a terrific person to have up front for the Roos.
Yeah, I'm sure they've welcomed her back with open arms. She's been a brilliant get for them back this season and has really, held down that goal attack position for them all season.
So the last team to go through a season undefeated was Golden Square when you were there. So the mental challenge for Kangaroo Flat today of just trying to finish this off. We saw Sandhurst couldn't do it a few years ago when Gisborne upset them on the final day as they looked for the perfect season, as Kelsey Mead buries one. what's the mental challenge you've got to overcome on grand final day when you haven't lost all year?
There you go. I didn't know it was us, the last team to have done it, but it's a bit of pressure, and to go straight through to the final and not having played the week before is always tough too. But yeah, I guess just trust in your teammates and trust in the type of netball that got you to this grand final, and certainly they should do that today. But yeah, it's going to be anyone's game. As we see, it's as they say in tennis, on serve at the minute. So yeah, it's tough.
So experienced, both of these teams. They've got some dynamic young players, both of them, we know that. But at either end, the pillars, Mead and McGlashan, a fascinating battle. And then Megan Wilson, the Castlemaine product, and Smith. Smith leaves that one short. Dragged in by Kelsey Mead, who puts it in to restore that 1-goal lead for Sandhurst with the flat centre pass to come. And I mean, their mid-court has such chemistry, this Kangaroo Flat team. Satori and Wicks and Ryan, they play so well off one another.
They do. They've had a lot of experience playing together, and they play so quick and just read one another brilliantly. I've been on the end of some of their passes this year with the strikers, and they just put the ball in such good space that they're brilliant to play alongside. So at the minute, it's just going to be who's defensive and can get some stops first.
So 6 apiece in the early going. Remember watching them play Gisborne all the way back in round 1, and Gisborne were a team that their best was very good, but it was chaos. And Kangaroo Flat would just methodically work the ball up the court and just pick off passes, and they knew in that mid-court where each of them were going to be. It was quite a contrasting game style. Kangaroo Flat went on to win that quite convincingly, 64-36, and I mean their ability just to hold their nerve in that mid-court area and not make too many mistakes. Clearly they've got 2 good goalers to feed it into, but the method with which they get it in there is so impressive, as Hocking is able to get that to go. Part of the VNL Team of the Year, with the Mavericks reserve set up as well in Super Netball. So very well credentialed player. Ash Ryan, another Betty Thompson medalist out there. Barkmeyer's able to lob that one home. So Kangaroo Flat get the first break in the game here at 8-6. And we know that when these two sides met last game, it was a narrow win to Kangaroo Flat, 52-49. They trailed by 4 at 3/4 time. So this is a Sandhurst team that will come into this game knowing that their best is good enough.
Yeah, certainly. Their matchups all year have been close, and there's not a lot in it, and there's not a lot in it early. Just the one break at the minute that they've been able to convert on, and that's what it's going to come down to. Whoever can get stops and get those conversions and hold tough for the rest of the game is really going to be who's there at the end.
And both of them have such good depth. I mean, any team that's bringing Abby Ryan off the bench is pretty remarkable. And then, the same for Sandhurst, the likes of Kelsey Ralph and Darcy Williams would get A-grade opportunities at a lot of clubs, but both of them have got enviable depth to call upon.
Yeah, absolutely they do. They've got some brilliant programs and brought a lot of youngsters up through their netball programs, so it's tough to crack their A-grade side as Kangaroo Flat convert on another stop there. So a mini break here for them early.
So 10-7 in the early going. BFNL A-grade grand final for 2025 brought to you by Bendigo Mazda and Keyser Bendigo, our streaming partner. Of course, you can get a stream of the senior football grand final as well. Sandhurst in that, up by 22 points. They won the under-18s earlier today. They lost the reserves. They won the 17 and under netball in quite a remarkable result earlier this morning. 40-39 over Strathfield. So trailed by as many as 7. And Diana Napoleon, the defender turned goal shooter, or goal attack going up, hitting a shot after the bell on the second attempt to win the game. Was something I've not seen before, Gabe.
No, I've not seen it either. That was an incredible comeback by them to get that, that win. And like we said earlier, you can come from behind and win. If, these games are long, you've just got to hang in there. So
we saw Gisborne do it a couple of years ago when they scored 5 of the last 6 goals to overturn Sandhurst.
It's not over until the end, so yeah, just hang tough, be within, attacking distance, and yeah, you could be in it at the end.
So the Roos with a narrow advantage here. Almost an opportunity for Wilson to pick that one off. Smith calmly ties the scores at 10. Such a strong presence. Under the post is Beck Smith. Duel between Hocking and Shoebridge will be fascinating throughout the course of the afternoon. Barkmeyer steps into one calmly. Roos up by 2, 12-10. Clifford's looking to invent something. Take away, brilliant stuff from Millie Wicks. Sister Alla was best on court in the A-Res Grand Final to add another medal to her Holborn medal won a couple of weeks ago. And the opportunity for the Roos to make this a 3-goal game with a centre pass to come. Hocking's just a little bit offline. Meg Williams, 2-time best on court in grand finals. And the turnover there. The ball will go back with Kangaroo Flat, so they'll get another look at this game to put really the first meaningful break into the game.
Yeah, we saw Millie Wicks with that incredible athletic intercept. She's just, the tenacity that she plays with in the defensive end is just so impressive, and that type of work ethic is really going to get her team some stops today. So, yeah, they just need to convert on some of these opportunities, as Teal does there. So, yeah, mini break.
Rising star and a Sing medalist, Millie Wicks. Sister Ella, a Sing medalist as well, so Dad Ron, a Mickelson medalist, so there's plenty of medals going around in that household. Premiership player back in 2016, Millie Wicks, alongside Chelsea Satori and Ruby Barkmeyer, who was the rising star and best on court in that 2016 grand final. So right on cue, Barkmeyer splashes one in. And 14-10 is the early Kangaroo Flat advantage. What are they doing well in the early stages?
Just that physicality and defensive pressure coming through to the top of the Sandhurst ring is really getting them some opportunities. It's still anyone's game, but they're doing a good job of converting on those mini stops that they're getting, and just making sure they get their goals in at this stage. As Teal gets another one.
Hocking again. She's made a really bright start to this game. That accuracy, her trademark, is on show. Now another turnover as Williams deliberated over that for a little bit too long.
Yeah, just that transverse line pressure is where they're getting their stops at the minute. They're finding it really hard, Sandhurst, to break the transverse line and get it onto the top of the ring. So great job by the Kangaroo Flat defenders.
Hocking again. Makes it a 5-goal game. 16-11. And they have the centre pass to try and make it a 6-goal advantage. And Satori's feed's a little bit too wide. But they have settled into this game nicely, the Roos. These two teams, at least one of them, has played in every grand final since A-grade netball came into existence. The only time it didn't happen was, again, you were involved, Gabe, Golden Square and Strathfield Day back in 2014. But it's quite a remarkable record, isn't it? Their consistency and their longevity at the pinnacle of the A-grade setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they do a brilliant job of their youngsters coming through and building that strength in their programs, and obviously reaping the benefits of it if they're in the grand finals at the end of the season. So I'm sure every club will be envious of that.
So they pull one back here, Sandhurst, off the Kangaroo Flat centre pass, and now another giveaway. So a couple of mistakes proving costly. Can the Roos capitalise on that back the other way? Satori across the circle to Ryan. Rifles it in. And Teal Hocking got some contact on the way through. steps up and strokes that one. 17-12, closing in on quarter time. Right on cue. So that's Kangaroo Flats' advantage at the end of one, 17-12. Of course, Jaden Cowling, the coach of Kangaroo Flat, and Tamara Gilchrist, the coach of Sandhurst, in her 6th grand final with the Dragons. What do you think Tamara Gilchrist would be saying to them here at the break, Gabe?
I think it'd really be a focus on that attacking transverse line off their centre passes. They've just probably made a few too many mistakes and turned it over there. They've had some 3-second calls, just can't get some clear passage through to the top of the ring. So I feel like that'd be their focus, because Kangaroo Flat's going to come out and start with the centre pass. They held on to that one, so they're going to start with the ball again. So, you know, it's really important that obviously the defenders step up and try and generate some stops for them now and dig them out of this little hole that they've got them in.
Great to have Gabe Richards, Golden Square Premiership player, South Bendigo A-grade goal shooter, with us. Our live stream of the BFNL A-grade grand final, thanks to Bendigo Mazda and to Keyser Bendigo. We mentioned the earlier results, so the earliest game of the day, the 17 and unders, was that win to Sandhurst, 40-39. In the B reserve earlier today, Gisborne 45-32. Shelley Farrugia, the Gisborne coach, was best on court in that one. Gisborne then won 55-44 in the B grade netball as well. So a solid win to the Dogs there. And as we said, in the A reserve, it was Kangaroo Flat 50 to Sandhurst 29 in the game immediately preceding this. And it was Ella Wicks, who's fought her way back from an ACL in the last couple of years to get back to the top of her game, who was best on court to add to her Holborn medal as the best and fairest player in A-grade netball in season 2020, or in A reserve netball, I should say, in season 2025. You've been at the Bloods this year, Gabe, as part of a team that made finals. How did you enjoy your year with South?
Yeah, absolutely loved it. It was brilliant to come back to the Bendigo League and be part of, you know, this strong competition and to still be able to compete. It's really, really fun. Obviously, stepped away from coaching to just play this year, which was also really enjoyable. Having Loz Bowles at the helm, she's a brilliant coach and led our South Bendigo sides with just, you know, such knowledge and passion. So it was really, really impressive and fun to be a part of.
Seems like South's netball program is another one that's building, is on the rise. We've seen three footy teams in finals this year, had a number of teams and teams in preliminary finals as well. Seems like the off-court work that's being done at South Bendigo is really reaping some rewards.
Yeah, hopefully we'd love to be here, you know, next year. So fingers crossed we are.
So 17-12 as we get going here in the second term. Gabe Richards providing her analysis in our live stream alongside myself, Joel Peterson. The Roos will get a look at it through Barkmeyer. Nothing but net from Ruby to make it a 6-goal break. 16-0 throughout the course of the season, or 15-0 I should say, throughout the course of the season. Kangaroo Flat. The closest anyone got to them was Sandhurst in that semi-final with 3 goals. Gisborne ran them to 8 in round 8. Sandhurst to 10 in round 4. But especially toward the back end of the year, they did make some very big scores happen. No Heather Oliver out there in this second term to start, Gabe.
Yeah, they've made a change in the defensive end and, yeah, just trying to, like we said, generate some more stops. So, oh, we nearly see one there. Yeah, it's just about trying to stem the flow that this Kangaroo Flat team's got to run on. Like I said, that's their strength, this attacking end, and at the minute, unfortunately, they're kind of running away with a bit of a lead here.
Turner did get a hand on that one. Hocking's able to regain control. Now Barkmeyer down low. Makes that work. 20-13 is the Roos lead. They can make it 8 here. Ash Ryan with the feed, and that one goes amiss. They're looking very dangerous at the moment in attack, and no real need for Jaden Cowling to think about changing a working recipe at the moment.
No, certainly not at the minute. They're a well-oiled machine. You can see them in a bit of a press here that Sandhurst are going to have to try and navigate to get through. But yeah, they're a well-oiled machine and really making a run at the minute. But this transverse line is where Sandhurst has had their problems. So we'll see if they can work it onto the ring and... Oh. Yep, there we go.
They will get a chance through Mead, who just settles the nerves somewhat for the Dragons with the centre pass to come. Shay Clifford, the Betty Thompson medalist. What makes Shay such a good player, Gabe?
Shay's had a brilliant year, obviously capped off with that medal, very well deserved. She's a young up-and-coming talent here in the Bendigo League and is just one of those super athletic kids that doesn't stop and just has an incredible change of pace and looks to attack the ball so aggressively, which is what you want in an attacking centre, and she's done a brilliant job of it this year.
Of course, another Castlemaine product, along with Megan Wilson out there, came through the Magpies juniors. Hocking splashes in another. She's made an exceptional start for the Roos. They get that back out to 7 and again can push it to 8 here. Ash Ryan looks for something inside. Gives some ground through Wicks and Satori. Satori looking for a deep feed, finds Hocking. And that one doesn't work for Teal. Alicia McGlashan involved in the play. 6-time A-grade premier. I think it's 11 in all grand finals. 300 games, life member of the competition last year. It's a ridiculous record that she has.
That's an incredible resume, and I'm sure she had some, wonderful advice to share with some of the younger girls on her team. With that kind of resume, you'd hope so, and I'm sure she'll be looking to add to it today.
Best player at the rep level last year for Bendigo as well, Alicia McGlashan. So still getting it done. What about that from Barkmeyer, who pinches it. And finishes it off as well. She made the play there, Ruby Barkmeyer. When your goal attack's getting up and forcing turnovers like that, things are really working for you.
Absolutely, and she's got deceptively long arms, and she does that at a VNL level too. Sneaks her arms in there and generates some turnovers. But Kangaroo Flat here are just showing so much poise. Even when they come up against some pressure, they're willing to pass it around and find a better shot, and at the minute it's really paying off for them.
They look like they've got plenty of time. Barkmeyer stepped out as she tried to stay in play there. And again, they're putting so much pressure on this Sandhurst ball movement. They've got no air at the moment, the Dragons. Clifford runs into Wicks, so that'll help them advance the ball. At the moment, they need anything they can get. It's been an extremely assured start as Oliver back into the action. And Mead caps that play off. 22-16. Clifford hangs on to that one. Mead's going to try her luck from long range. Got in on the rebounds. I'll have to take that one from out of court. Williams feeds it deep to Smith under the post. And that is Beck Smith's bread and butter.
Yeah, 2 in a row there for Sandhurst, hopefully trying to build a little bit of momentum to come back. But they need to generate some stops this end. We'll see if they can.
Not on this occasion. Beautiful play from Barkmeyer to spring free.
Just so much confidence in one another and trusting that they're going to go to where they expect them to. You can see them release that ball early into space and just playing without some, that pressure at the minute.
Smith answers back for the Dragons. Because you've been a part of the strikers setup as well, Gabe. What do you think it's done for the standard of A-grade netball in Bendigo? I mean, for a lot of players to be able to, it just reduces the burden in terms of travel, and they can hang around in Bendigo with jobs or study or whatever it is, and becomes then a tool with which you can recruit players to come into the competition, like we've seen with Atil Hocking.
I think most importantly of anything, it's really shown the pathway that's there for junior netballers coming up in our region, that they can, reach the elite levels like the Charlotte Sextons are now, and, Ruby Barkmeyer, with even Ruby Turner, we've got, Teal Hocking playing in the VNL, the SSM reserves. There's just that pathway that juniors can see that they can be locals but play at the highest level.
It's been such an exciting development in recent seasons. 24-18, and the door is open somewhat. Kelsey Ralph out there in goal attack now. Beck Smith finishes that off. So a 5-goal game. Roos centre pass. Barkmeyer up high. And again, they're patient, methodical as they build it up. Clifford got a hand in there and she was racing back the other way.
Nearly snuck away with it.
Satori from the edge of the circle. Ryan up top, finds Barkmeyer, who's able to convert that opportunity. 25-19. Clifford now surveying. Smith's the deep target and pulls that one in. And it's just found her rhythm a little bit here, Beck Smith.
Yeah, if they can get her to a spot that they can feed that lob, she's got a great hold on there. It's just a matter of, like I said, getting it close enough to make that feed, which they've really improved upon this quarter. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can get a few more stops here before the halftime break.
Looks a little bit like Kelly Wilson to Gabe Richards for the Bendigo Spirit back in the day underneath the basket.
Everyone loves a lob, don't they? It's the reason I'm still playing netball.
Great to have Gabe Richards with us, and again, you see it on display there. So that's something that is now really starting to work for them.
Yeah, certainly. They're finding a way to get it to the top of the ring, and once they're there, they've got some great feeds. Meg Williams really comes up with another one there. Thought she had it, ran away with it. But yeah, it'll give them some confidence heading into the halftime break, I guess, that they seem to break that problem area that they had in the first quarter.
Hocking looking for the offload. Brilliant defence from Shoebridge to read the cues and win it back. And now Barkmeyer takes it away. So a couple of telling interventions for either team. Clifford almost. Satori hung on. And now Barkmeyer, just to settle the nerves and restore that 6-goal break. I don't know whether you want to give your secrets away, but if you're a Kangaroo flat defender, if you're Megan Wilson, how do you stop what Beck Smith's had going in the last little while?
I mean, it's really tough. That's my bread and butter, is to get a hold on people. And I think what you need to do is, like I said, try and stop it before it gets there, really. Try and get some hands over and make those feeds longer and higher so that they're not quite on point as they make a change now. to try and get some, something different coming into that ring. Here's another one. Oh,
Ava Lowndes going in to goalkeeper. Hocking stepping up and draining that one. 28-22. Nauru's trying to cap an undefeated season and win a first premiership since 2016. Again, they look to Smith. At times, she's a little bit strong.
Sometimes I think those close ones are harder than any other. So, yeah, hopefully gets her eye in and pulls a few back in here for the Dragons as they come into half-time.
Williams and Chelsea Satori, who would have had countless battles in the mid-court over the years. Lowndes got the hand in, couldn't hang on to it. Fight for the rebound. Relf does enough.
It's a tough battle in there at the minute, very physical and... Oh, we see another one just rim out. Oh, saves it.
One falls off the front for Smith. That one's off the back and Smith pulls it in again. So by hook or by crook, Sandhurst is just hanging in there at the moment. That one hits the underside of the ring.
Brutal.
Another look for Beck Smith. That's more like it.
There we go. Holds her hand up, says it's okay. Sometimes as a goalie, you just need to take a breath and really trust in your technique. It can get overwhelming with this many people here too on grand final day, and unlike basketball, there are only two of you that can get the goals in, so it is kind of on your shoulders to do that job. So yeah, just take a breath and relax and trust that you've done it all year.
Just like that for Teal Hocking. Beautiful high release on that shot from the Rochester product. Smith looking back for Oliver. And a little bit of duress applied on that play. That one bounces off. Not the result the Dragons were after.
Both defenders there stuck back on Beck. Tried to change it up a bit, so we'll see what they do. Nearly put too much on it, but I think there was a call.
So 28-23. And that one misses as well for Ralph. So another one goes begging. They'll hang on to it though, Sandhurst. Smith converts that one. And Ruby Barkmeyer gets the pass away. And we end this first half 28-24, 17-12 at quarter time. Sandhurst narrowed the gap, but Gabe Richards, they looked a little bit more assured, especially in that attacking third in that second quarter.
Yeah, certainly they moved the ball onto the ring a lot better, got some brilliant feeds into Beck. They just need to hold their nerve in there at the minute whilst shooting for goal, take a breath and pop them in there, close enough to get them. So, yeah, it just rattled a bit at the minute, but they've done a great job of hanging tough and, staying in it, staying within touch here, because that's what it's all about. Netball can change really quickly with those alternative centres, so you only need one or two stops and you're right back in it.
So 28-24 at the half. Kangaroo Flat on top, looking to cap an undefeated season in 2025. Sandhurst trying to spoil their party on grand final day. Thanks for your company here on our Bendigo Football Netball League live stream. Thanks to Bendigo Mazda, of course, great supporters of netball in the Bendigo Footy Netball League, and Keyser Bendigo, the live stream supporters for this final series. We'll step away and be back with the second half very shortly.
Oh yeah, you're right. Can they come back? It's still not over.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kaiser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kaiser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Kaiser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with
This is the
precision.
Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the preliminary final. Let's kick it off with a high flyer at number 1. Nick Hoy here with a beautiful grab in the goal square. At number 2, another mark but this one really courageous from Jake Normington, going back with the fly, putting his body on the line. That's what finals footy's about. Number 3, Luke Miletus here from Gisborne. He had to make hard work of it outside of the boot and shaping that back. A brilliant goal.
In fact, it might have been Miletus. Luke Miletus with it on the outside of the boot. Pops it through.
Number 4, a game full of high flyers. Zach Denner here for Gisborne. Took a great grab.
Takes a magnificent grab over the top of the pack, Zach Dennerhade.
Number 5, Billy Evans here from Eagle Hawk. Didn't have a lot of time. Got it on the left boot. Around the body. That's unbelievable. A great goal.
I reckon I caught him a little bit earlier. And the Borough.
About to get the second half underway. 2025 Bendigo Football Netball League A-grade grand final. It is Kangaro Flat 29 to Sandhurst 24. Joel Peterson and South Bendigo A-grade goaler Gabe Richards with you. Great to have you joining us on the live stream. If you're after the progress score in the senior footy, of course, you can get a live stream of that. You can hear it on 101.5 Fresh FM as well. 8-6-54 to 4-6-30. Sandhurst in charge at half-time. Kangaro Flat winning the earlier matchup between these two teams on the netball court in the A reserve. Beck Smith trying to start things off the right way for the Hursts in this third term. And that was really, Gabe, the big shift in the game in that second quarter. That was what was working for Sandhurst, feeding it into Smith.
Yeah, she had some brilliant holds and really provided a strong target for them, and it has really opened it up in that ring for them and got some, vital goals for them. And even the misses that she's got, she's really chased the rebound and got them back. So, yeah, stick with it. Kangaro Flat, unsurprisingly, come out unchanged.
Yep. Ava Lowndes in goalkeeper still, so no Megan Wilson, and Kelsey Mead back out there for Sandhurst in goal attack to start this second half. Clifford across the circle, beautiful feed from Williams. Dropped it into a bucket for Beck Smith. 30 to 26. Teal Hocking converts. They established the break early. They led by 5 at quarter time. It's been even Stevens thereafter. Mead looks now for Smith. Last off the hands of Lowndes. Williams and Mead just had a bit of a misconnection there. You could see Meg Williams gesturing to Kelsey Mead what she wanted and just didn't execute it, the pair of them.
Yeah, look, as a goaler, I don't really love a bounce pass either. Even when they nod that it's coming down low, it's sometimes tough to get your hands on, but the defenders did a great job to get round and get a hand to that one.
So the conversion for Flat, back out to 6, centre pass to Carmen Green and White. Hocking has a bit of a fumble. Barkmeyer inventively tries to keep it in. Oliver and Hocking both find themselves sprawled out on the plexi pave. That stays with Kangaro Flat.
Just so tough. Like if you want a player that's going to put their body on the line, you saw Ollie there dive on it, and Teal went down with her. But that's how much these girls want this. It's just the tenacity that they're both playing with and chasing after it. It's impressive as we see a turnover there. I'm not sure what that one was, maybe offside.
So a giveaway from Satori. Sandhurst go end to end. Smith can't latch onto it. It was a dangerous pass. And now Kelsey Mead with the opportunity. Able to get that to work. Sandhurst sent a pass to come. They can pull it back to a 4-goal game here.
That's what they need to do. Try and string some stops together and get some their centre pass and get a stop and convert on the next one. That's how they're going to pull themselves back in here. And obviously Beck still being a brilliant target there and Kelsey turning quickly to try and find it. But the defenders are doubling back, so they might need to watch out for that. But again, converted there. We've got the blood rule for Ollie after she hit the deck.
So Darcy Williams into the game in wing defence. 32-28. And another turnover, so a couple have crept in for the Roos. I was going to say we have not seen them make too many mistakes so far in this game. Smith leaves that short. We'll get another look. And again, she's able to just keep recycling these opportunities.
Padding her stats, I think, going for a double-double.
That one doesn't stay in maroon. And that's a big opportunity that slips through their grasp.
Yeah, it is. They're the ones that hurt, that you've worked so hard to get a stop for. You really need, as a goaler, I know we take it super personally when we miss those opportunities, so Beck will be upset that she's missed that one, but there's still plenty of time for them.
They have forced a couple of turnovers on recent Kangaroo Flat possessions. Hocking wasn't missing that. (33-28). Oliver's ready to come back in.
Bit of confusion here as to whose centre pass it was, I think.
Tiff O'Connell and Bree Bentley, our umpires, and they say it's a Shea Clifford and Sandhurst centre pass. And now another turnover. Of course, Sandhurst could have pulled this back to a 2-goal game if they had have converted the centre pass, so the opportunity was really there for them. Now it's a 5-goal game with this from Barkmeyer to make it 6 on the second attempt. And that just shows the nature of these alternating centre passes and how quickly it can change, Gabe Richards.
It's brutal. It can be really brutal. But though we see Kangaroo Flat making, a bit of an unforced error there. So Sandhurst get another crack at it here. I think Ollie's trying to get back in the game after the blood rule, but I'm not sure when she can get on at the minute. It's, pretty frenetic as Kangaroo Flat put this press on and Sandhurst try and work their way onto another goal.
Clifford to Mead. Lowndes is called for obstruction. And Kelsey Mead steps into one.
There you go, Ollie made it back on.
That left knee, or left calf, strapped up. Bit of contact in that centre third going against McGlashan. So she's out of play. And that opened the door for the feed to Smith, who converts that one.
Yeah, obviously Kelsey and Beck have played together for so many years as well, just such great reads to one another, and once they can work it into a position to make those feeds.
This one will stay with Flat. Satori to Ryan, almost for Turner. It just hung there for an eternity. Ruby couldn't pick it off.
She went hunting.
Hocking again. She is putting on a display inside that circle. Reminiscent of Tori Skriel a couple of years ago for Gisborne, who could not miss against Sandhurst. Mead calmly converts that one. Roos centre pass up by 4. Joel Peterson, Gabe Richards with you. This BFNL A-grade grand final for season 2025. Ryan on circle's edge. Barkmeyer, that high arcing release. So pure.
It's such an impressive shot. It just looks automatic, doesn't it? You can see here Kangaroo Flat doubling back on Beck and really making Kelsey work. Getting a few extra passes on, but she's doing a great job of taking that front space.
Young Polly and Paddy Mead have got their signs here. Two of Kelsey's three youngsters. In fact, India and Paddy, I'm not sure Polly's quite up for it yet. And he's such a great part of what we see around grand finals is all the families getting involved, and there's, as you mentioned earlier, Gav, there is a great level of support around this A-grade court, as there has been throughout the day.
Yeah, there has been. It's really impressive for our region to, show out and support these grand finals and get around the teams that are playing. We've got such talent here that it is just a really impressive day, even if you're not part of it, to come and watch.
You can stand on the hill behind us and hedge your bets, watch the footy and the netball, depending on what's happening.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough for the rain to stay away, so hopefully, those grey clouds hold off.
Give it about another 25 minutes and then we can go inside. We don't really care, to be honest. And I don't think they'll dampen the celebrations of whoever wins this A-grade grand final. It's 37-33. Barkmeyer to Ryan. And a giveaway here. Ash Ryan missed the end of the A Reserve grand final of the team she was coaching to warm up for this one. Clifford into the hands of Hocking, straight back to her. Two of the strikers, best up-and-comers.
Sandhurst have really been stuck at this kind of 4-goal margin. If they can get one here and kind of break it into a 3-game contest, then it'll be really interesting. That pressure will all of a sudden step up for Kangaroo Flat, and we might see a few more mistakes. They've done a great job in this quarter, though, to pull it back in.
Mead converts that one. Sandhurst centre pass. Megan Wilson just keeping loose and limber. Not too far away from us. Williams down low for Smith. This to make it 2. Got it. 37-35. And the Dragons are on the comeback trail. Hocking just keeping that one in. And this is where that steadiness, that connection, the chemistry of this Kangaroo Flat mid-court is so important. The pressure is ramping up at the moment. How do they navigate it? Barkmeyer does it expertly. But Sandhurst have got a real sniff now. And the turnover costly.
Yeah, unfortunately, Meg accidentally coughed that one up there. I think she'd like it back. But yeah, certainly the Sandhurst defensive pressure has really upped it. And Kangaroo Flat now are being forced to make, 3 or 4 more passes down that end before they get to goal. So it's really improved this quarter. And although we see them, their patience is just incredible between, Chelsea and Ash and Ruby and Teal, just willing to make those extra passes to get it on goal.
So 39-35, Roos get 2 in a row. And another. Three on the trot for the Roos. It was a 2-goal game. Sandhurst did work so hard to get it back to that point. And then a 3-goal swing. Mead underneath for Smith. It's just a little bit of frustration. Bachmeier goes to ground in the circle, pops back up to her feet. Hocking again. How good has she been?
Absolutely brilliant. She's got such a good goaling technique and just doesn't seem phased. But Kangaro Flat doing a brilliant job of using the whole court, not getting stuck in any corners. And I think, for the juniors watching, that's what's really impressive is to see that they're, willing to go to space, willing to take their time.
Ash Ryan starting out wide on that attacking third line. Exchanges a flurry of passes with Hocking, who is dialed in.
Another blood rule.
Ruby Bachmeier is going to be forced from the court. So Abby Ryan will go into shooter. Teal Hocking up to goal attack. 5-point lead to Kangaro, 5-goal lead to Kangaro Flat. 42-37. Joel Peterson and Gabe Richards with you. This BFNL live stream.
Another change here in the defensive circle as well for Kangaro Flat.
So Megan Wilson back out there for the last couple of moments. Doesn't matter what bib Teal Hocking's wearing. Same result.
As long as it has goal on it, I think you're fine.
Might be difficult from wing attack. Sort of goes against the job description a little bit. Although
she's probably got that range.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
The way she's shooting today, goal defence might not be out of the question. Kelsey Mead from long range. No good. And McGlashan pulls it down. 5-goal lead to the Roos. 43-38. Hocking again. She is imperious up front. Roos centre pass. Opportunity to make it a 7-goal split. They only needed 52 to beat Sandhurst in the semi, and at three-quarter time they've got 45 on the board. They end the third quarter with a flurry, and they are well placed to complete their perfect season at 45-38 with a quarter to go. And Sandhurst, Gabe Richards, have got a mountain to climb.
They do. They looked like they were going to at one point there when they pegged it back to 2-3. But, unfortunately, just a couple of turnovers and it can fly away from you. With a team, with so much talent like Kangaro Flat does, you really need to use every opportunity that you get. And unfortunately, they may have dug themselves a bit of a hole here heading into the last.
It was 2 goals at one stage in that third quarter. Kangaro Flat closed it on a dynamite run. I think it was 37-35 at one point. And they've scored 8 goals to 3 over the closing moments to open up a 7-goal break at three-quarter time. They were able to quell the influence that Beck Smith was having on the game underneath the circle, and Teal Hocking's performance up front has been extraordinary.
Yeah, Teal went on a tear there, just shooting from all around the circle. Like you said, didn't matter whether she was goal shooter or goal attack, just so calm and just so accurate is how you describe Teal. She's a brilliant player, but I think just that entire mid-court for Kangaro Flat, like I said, just has the patience. Chelsea and Ash and Ruby are willing to use, all areas of that third and not get rushed by the pressure. Sandhurst certainly increased it, but yeah, they had to make a few extra passes and they were willing to and just work it on to a goal.
If you're Tam Gilchrist and you're the Sandhurst camp, what do you think you're discussing to try and turn this around?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they come out here and whether they make any changes, because they really kind of need to throw something different at them. Certainly the attacking end, made some improvements that quarter, and Beck did a great job of holding, but Kelsey did a brilliant job taking that front space and being an option, but they just need to convert when they get those opportunities. They can't afford to miss and not come up with the rebounds, and because Kangaroo Flat don't give you many looks at it, so whenever you get one you just certainly need to convert.
It's been an assured performance from Kangaroo Flat. They've had the answers throughout. They haven't led from the very start, but it didn't take them long to assert themselves in the game. So Shoebridge into goal defence, Turner into keeper, and that's the change that they've gone for. What do you think Tam Gilchrist would be looking for there?
I think it might give Ruby a bit more of a chance to go hunting and see if she can pick a few off. Yeah, I was interested to see whether they'd do that and whether it comes up with some stops for them. Certainly Ruby has the ability to read the ball brilliantly, so we might see it turn in their favour here, but it's a long quarter. They just need a couple of centre pass stops and they're back in.
Barkmeyer back out there in goal attack for the Roos, who are otherwise unchanged. Satori left edge of the circle, looking inside, and that'll go back with Sandhurst. Sophie Shoebridge forcing the turnover. The urgency is there. Terrific stuff from Wilson to get a hand in. Nothing easy at this stage. You're going to have to earn it. Megan Wilson will make you earn it.
I think Shay just got a hand to that one in time.
Clifford for Smith. Soft touch on the pass and on the shot for Beck.
There we go, there's one stop. Although Millie Wicks likes to get a hand in and see if she can get it straight back.
So 45-40. Beautiful feed from Williams.
She's put some brilliant lobs into Beck today. Just really had the confidence to put it into space and say, go get it.
45-41. I've opened with a little bit of a burst here. Ash Ryan collides with Heather Oliver. And Ollie with a slightly guilty look on her face.
Unlucky on that one, Ollie. I get called for an elbow too.
And guess who converts for the Roos? Hocking once more. 46-41. Mead thought about it for a moment. They worked that nicely. Smith underneath. Converts. Roos from the centre pass. Looking for a 9th premiership for the green and white. Hocking controls it in and drains another one. With a smile on her face, and why wouldn't she? Wilson almost. Smith did enough. And keeps it at 4. This is really tense stuff at the moment, Gabe.
It is. The defensive pressure from both teams is incredible. There we go. We see Ruby taking on that lob, that cross-court lob probably wasn't a great choice, and, Ruby eats those up. So that's what I think they'd be hoping with her in goalkeeper, to get some more opportunities to pick a few off. Unfortunately, can't convert there on the lob into Beck. They've turned it over right in the ring.
So they had the opportunity to go to 3 with a centre pass. The Roos will win it back. Shoebridge almost. Barkmeyer clung onto it. Ryan in the centre circle. Barkmeyer goes down away from the play, got tangled up with Mead. Hocking from inside the circle. Back from Satori. Another. Teal Hocking has been outstanding. Back to 5 goals. Mead, no. Rattles out cruelly.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's 2 opportunities that have gone, missing for the Dragons in this last quarter. That would have liked to have converted on both of those to keep that scoreboard pressure on, but Kangaroo Flat here, just patience and, willingness to work the ball to space and not be rushed into turnovers is just really impressive.
They've got the control. When required, they've got the creativity. The connection for the Roos. And the finishing tough again. Teal is the real deal. 49-43. Ryan splitting the difference between Mead and Williams. Needed to thread the needle to Millie Wixon did. Living slightly dangerously at the moment, the Roos. Oliver pokes that one away from Satori. Looking for a 7-goal break.
The Sandhurst defenders just trying to get their hands at anything at the minute to try and generate some stops, but Teal is just a smiling assassin in the ring.
Again, she steps into it. Bryce smile. Cocks it behind her head. And threads another. 50-43. Mead for Smith. Back to 6. And they need a turnover from a centre pass very soon indeed. Hocking thought about it. Why not?
Have a shot. Willing to work it on here. Just, the confidence that she has in Ash to feed her right onto the ring is brilliant, and they just work so well together. But really, credit to these Kangaroo Flat defenders. They've just worked so hard all day and come up with so many stops and so many looks for the attackers. It's just relentless down there from them. No easy looks.
Lightning hands of Ash Ryan as well. Smith drags that one in. 51-45.
Oh, another blood rule.
So Barkmeyer looks down and says, "Who, me?" Teal will go back into goal attack. Abby Ryan coming on in shooter. $51-45. Time is running out here for the Dragons. And the Roos have looked assured throughout. The Ryan sisters. Both have got premiership experience on their side. And in a big moment, when you need someone to step in and step up, Abby Ryan does exactly that. And the nerve just to waltz into the game, take the shot on straight away and drain it. And now the turnover for Sandhurst. They've been relentless, the Roos, this afternoon. Ryan makes that work brilliantly. It was Ash who was so vital in the build-up. And now Abby to finish it off. 8-goal lead for Flat. And the centre pass now. We know anything can happen, Gabe. Right on cue, the turnover. And they're going to need a lot more of that here, Sandhurst.
Yeah, they're going to have to generate a lot really quickly here, play quickly, get stops quickly. Unfortunately, a turnover there from Shea's not going to help them. And I think Kangaroo Flat will just be, happy to move the ball around and chew up some of the clock. Not be rushed into anything.
Thought that was a good little pass from me.
Game ball.
Teal Hocking with another 9-goal game. This is the biggest margin we've seen in the game at the most critical time. They have found every answer when the questions have been asked Kangaroo Flat, as they've done throughout the course of the season. Wilson and McGlashan in defence. The exuberance of youth and the experience of McGlashan. And they combine to win it back. Teal Hocking's come off for Ruby Barkmeyer. I hope that's only because it was easier from a bib sense, because she definitely doesn't deserve to be taken off, Teal Hocking. McGlashan a hand on it. Mead to pull one back. Got it. It's been a magnificent performance from Teal Hocking throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. She's just been such a great target, and her confidence in there has been brilliant to just put them up, and they don't even look like missing. So I think when you've got the experience and those types of feeds coming into you, you do play with confidence, but she's done a brilliant job.
First opportunity at this level today. What a performance she's put together. Ruby Barkmeyer, who tasted success in 2016. She knows the moment well. And she steps into one from range. 10-goal lead to Flat. And now it's ear-to-ear grins as they rein in the more goals.
Yeah, can't be long left now, and unfortunately there's not going to be the opportunity for them to come back, so just enjoy it now. And
so what are these moments like when you know that it's yours?
I was going to say, as the team that's up, you love it. It's just so fun and freeing to be able to enjoy such a tough final. When you're on the other side of it, though, you wish the ground would open up and swallow you whole. But it's brilliant here. It gives Kangaroo Flat a chance to play, get everyone on. It'll be interesting to see if they make any changes and bring a few more on. But this team's just put in such a phenomenal performance today.
And Sandhurst have been such worthy competition today and throughout the course of the season. They made 6 of the past 7 grand finals of the Dragons, winning the first 4. They lost to Gisborne in 23. It won't be their day today, but with their depths of talent, you know that they'll be not too far away. 57-49 to the Roos. 15-0 coming into this game. They trailed at three-quarter time in the semi-final. They were able to come up with something in the final term. And boy, haven't they come up with something in the grand final. Barkmeyer twice. And these are the moments where you can soak it up. And for Alicia McGlashan, it's going to be a 7th A-grade grand final.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal, isn't it? Some would dream of having 1, but 7 is just incredible.
Kangaroo Flat will have won 9 at the end of the day. Only 2 that Alicia McGlashan has not been involved in. What a record and a career she's put together, and it doesn't look like stopping anytime soon.
Has really anchored that defensive end today as well. Just had so much pressure all day across that entire third. All their defenders have played brilliantly. There's been no easy looks for Sandhurst.
They've had no space to work in throughout. As Barkmeyer finishes that one off. The signal from the bench. Looks like it was for one more minute. Oliver's got that left knee taped up. It won't be a win in game 150 for the Dragons. For the two-time Thompson medalist. Oh, as Wilson comes flying over the top of Clifford. Mead can't hit that one. Goes into battle with Wilson for the rebound. Knocks that one in.
The Kangaroo Flat bench is up. They're ready to get... Oh. The crowd's also up. They're ready to flood the court, I imagine.
It'll be a green and white party. Dower Park will be rocking tonight. 2016, their last grand final win. They've been so close. They've been right at the pinnacle of A-grade netball for so long. And this is their moment. The Roos reign again. The perfect season for Kangaroo Flat. 16-0 to win it all. And the mob of Kangaroos is ever growing. 59-51. They capped their dream season with premiership glory. And Gabe Richards, that was some kind of grand final performance.
It was incredible. You know, they led from the front all day and just never looked too concerned throughout the day as the team song goes up.
And there's plenty of them in there.
Yeah, this is where you really soak it up. Those grand finals mean so much, and they're hard to come by, so you really got to enjoy every moment that you get.
(59-51). What a moment it is for Jaden Cowling and Chelsea Satori, who embrace. They've been chipping away at this for so long as captain and coach, and they get their moment in the sun. 3 times beaten in their past 3 grand final appearances, and today it was all green and white on the A-grade netball court. Gabe, terrific to share it with you. Thank you very much for your company and your insights. It's been great fun, and we saw a terrific performance from Kangaroo Flat.
We did. Congratulations to the Roos. Obviously, they've really set the standard all year, and so for them to be able to come out and take it after it's been elusive for so many years is, you know, a real credit to that team and the girls that have stuck with it. So enjoy it. They've had a great year and well deserved.
Absolutely. Gabe Richards with you, signing off from our live stream. We will have the presentations to come as well. Kangaroo Flat winners in the A-grade grand final.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kaiser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kaiser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Kaiser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with
This is the
precision.
Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the preliminary final. Let's kick it off with a high flyer at number 1. Nick Hoy here with a beautiful grab in the goal square. At number 2, another mark but this one really courageous from Jake Normington. Going back with the flight, putting his body on the line. It's what finals footy's about. Number 3, Luke Miletus here from Gisborne. He had to make hard work of it outside of the boot and shaping that back. A brilliant goal.
In fact, it might have been Miletus. Luke Miletus with it on the outside of the boot. Pops it through.
Number 4, a game full of high flyers. Zach Denner here for Gisborne. Took a great grab.
Takes a magnificent grab over the top of the pack, Zach Dennehy.
Number 5, Billy Evans here from Eaglehawk. Didn't have a lot of time. Got it on the left boot. Around the body. That's unbelievable. A great goal.
I reckon I caught him a little bit earlier. And the Borough.
Great. All right. Then leave it to it. Thank you. Chat to you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's always going to happen. If it wasn't sold, no one else would know. Yeah, it's just to catch up.
Oh, she just said it. She was Oh yeah.
Congratulations to Ollie and congratulations on a superb season to the Sandhurst Dragons. And grand final West on court in season 2025, selected by our umpires, to be presented by the chair of the BFL, Carol Gift, and as Sam mentioned, the game played at such a high level. There's so much talent to choose from across both of our two teams. Our best on court in the 2025 A-grade grand final, having won it the last time Kangaro Flat saluted, Ruby. again in 2025. Presentation among our premiership medals will also be conducted by Carol McKinstry to the Kangaro Flat team that's completed the perfect season this year. We'll start where they started, in goalkeeper, Megan Wilson. Someone who knows a lot about grand final day, Alicia McGlashan.
I've been about
Millie Wicks. Ash Ryan. Our best on court, Ruby Barkmeyer. A superb performance up front from Teal Hocking. Reserve Abby Ryan. Ava Lowndes. Steph Green. Ingrid Hopkins. And the captain of Kangaro, 9 years in the making. And the coach of the Roos, Jaden Cowley.
The committee that goes behind, and I cannot thank enough the Green Army on the sideline. You guys are not struggling. Definitely goes over the line, so per age regular, this has been a very long time coming. So, lost runs on a good ball at the stroke there. Behind you, bloody for it. I'm so proud of you. I don't think you're the top fans I support you guys are. I'm so proud of you. I just want to promise you.
Congratulations to Jaden and to Kangaro Flat. Premiers for the 9th time all-out for the first time since 2016. Present the 2025 Premiership Cup. Carol McKinstry, Jaden Cowley, Chelsea Satori. Thanks everyone for your company for a great day of netball. Well done to all of our premiership teams and those who made grand finals. And we look forward to seeing you again bigger and better in 2026.